Aldenaki here with another Halo Infinite campaign mission walkthrough, and this is mission 4 recovery done on Mythic LASO difficulty after the winter update. And what we're going to do is we're going to use mission replay to get to the mission and run it. It's mostly the same. Notice I had finished the fight there. I've got everything set up already with the skulls and legendary. But I used that finished the fight game that got me all the skulls and got me all the Spartan cores and got me all the upgrades and all the weapons that I would want to use in a laser run, as we shall see. Okay, so we may start in various places, but what I'm going to do is get out of the way of the Banished and show you that I've got everything upgraded, and I can actually use all of my Spartan capabilities, even though they're not quite yet available in the mission. Okay, that was showing you the tank gun, and fortunately, since I'm not in a forward operating base, I can't show you that I got the blood sword that I took from Jigga in an earlier run. But we have to select the mission, or hover over the mission, bring up the mission list, and then left on the D-pad to get over it to do a replay. So here we go. And again, this is legendary all skulls on, and I'll run it in a single segment. Now before we start, I wanted to show you where the third Spartan core was on Outpost Tremonius. I can't get to it in Outpost Tremonius because of mission replay. So when you start up, if you haven't gotten that one yet, which you should, if you're like me, you should have already gotten all the skulls and all the or most of the Spartan cores. But anyway, you have to do it here at the start of recovery before you enter the Pelican. Okay, so we're going to skip the cutscenes here. Now we're going to be going to, I think it's Echo Forward Operating Base. This is the only one that you have to open up again, if indeed in your previous saved run you've opened everything else up, including this one. This is the only one you really have to open up again, because it's part of the mission. So that's what I'm doing here. And there was an issue in prior to this update of soft locks, where if you launch the shielded Banished, that Banished may or may not die, and the game thinks it's still alive and you haven't taken out all the bad guys in a particular spot. It was a real irritant in this mission and in other missions where you're trying to open up forward operating bases. But here you can see that even though I launched both of the brutes, I don't have any issues. So they fixed that, thank goodness. At least I think they did.
Let me see. Yes.
Okay, this is, I can't get out of this cutscene.
With the Banished security protocol. Shut and push it out of the way because we're really not smart. And there. We now have ourselves a second file. Was that you? Affirmative.
So we're going to have to listen to this all the way through before I get control back. But that's also true in the original mission.
And if I do this, we can piece together what the Banished are up to. Here's the outpost we stumbled upon earlier. We're bound to find more of them if we keep capturing these spots. And here is what I can only describe as someone with the Banished.
So as we go through this, in this particular mission and going forward, we should have already gotten the tank gun from Outpost Tremonius if we were doing it for the first time. And I would have picked up a sword probably in Foundation, right at the beginning with that elite, but not the blood sword, obviously. And I actually used those weapons throughout my initial pre-update runs. But what I didn't have was the updated Spartan cores. By the way, I didn't really, I just got the mongoose there. I think I could have gotten a warthog. I found that out a little bit later. all the vehicles that I got and finished the fight should be available to me, as well as all the Spartan capabilities. But that's okay. This is just for transport anyway. Now, if I had taken some gas and I may do this anyway, take gas in freeing up that Fort Operating Base, then I would save one of these guys right here, potentially, to get my shields back. And there is another area where I would have the ability to do that. And notice that I swapped over to my dynamo grenades. I actually did that right when I first started the mission and gained control. Okay, I believe I took them all out. Alright, notice that I don't have that yellow honeycomb effect. That tells me that I have full shields. You can tell that by getting in a vehicle. If you see that honeycomb effect, that means your shields have been damaged. If you're sparkling, that means your shields are gone. But if you're not sure, you know, with blind and black eye, if you're not sure, you can always jump in a vehicle. That will tell you the condition of your shields. Alright, so I think we're just going to take a look-see here, see what we got. There is a plan B in this area. Whoa, grenade! There is a plan B in this area if it's loaded with elites and such. I can bypass this whole area, but I did not have to in this run. Okay, I'm looking for that guy there. What I'm going to do is... Oh, okay, my shields were down just a tad. I heard a little bit of sound of shield recovery. I don't know if it was because of the mule or not, but now I got full shields. Okay, off to the tower. And we're going to come in probably using the, well, I wouldn't call it the back door, it's kind of a side door. We're going to do a lot of firing from distance. You can see the tower off there in the distance.
I guess tower was a more than appropriate name.
Alright, now one thing to notice here, when I'm in an area where I'm going to grapple a lot, I switch over to my sword in case I happen to pick up another weapon or something like that. Because if you pick up another weapon with your tank gun equipped, you lose the tank gun. You cannot get it back. Alright, so there were two brutes, a couple of shielded jackals, and in the tower there was a jackal sniper that I took out. And there's two brutes. Oh, and there's a brute down there. Okay, phew. Just firing a rocket launcher at me. And that's thanks to Thunderstorm. These guys are all got upgraded weapons. I believe it's Thunderstorm. Alright, there were two brutes and two grunts down there that I wanted to take out. Okay, I think I got them. If not, I'll find out. And now I'm going to come up here and clear this inside and the edges out here. Again, I'm doing this from distance. It gives me a chance to go to cover, minimize taking fire. I can hear a click. That generally means I'm taking out miners. It's a little bit different sound if it's a brute or an elite. And still looking around to see if there's any more up there. Yep, got somebody. So grunts and jackals will have a click when you take them out. Alright, that sound is a brute. It's like a very soft double click, which I guess means a shield, the shield and the bad guy gone. So I'm just going to sit back here and try to take out everybody down there that I can see, or where I think they are, because, you know, especially back there on that far platform, it's very hard to see people. Well, that's a little bit too far to the right. Let's try it out there. Nope, nobody there. Yeah, got a grunt. See a grunt down there. I think there's a grunt right around the corner there. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, a little bit too high. There is a brute hiding behind containers up there on that ledge, or that area, that platform. Alright, I'm running out of patience here. Okay, got as many as I could. So now I'm going to go back down here, and inside this lower level are a couple of grunts and sometimes a shielded jackal. And if that doorway is shielded, just to the left where that white structure is, that is that's a shield generator, and you just take that out, and that takes care of the shield, and you can come on in. Ah, containers, they always get in the way. Notice I got out of there real quick, because the first thing he's going to do is throw a grenade at me. Golly. Problem with the tank gun is that you're firing from your knees, so you've got to jump up to fire level or downward. If you're firing upward, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, I think you got them. Now the reason I'm doing it, I don't have to do that. Sometimes if my shields are gone, I'll come in and try to take one out and use the other for shield regeneration. But the real reason I'm doing that is that when I get inside, and by the way, I'm checking my shields here. Okay, they look good. And notice the blood sword that I got from Jega in House of Reckoning in my Finish the Fight run there. Anyway, they will come out of the doorway on the inside when you least expect them and throw a grenade at you. So that's why I like to take them out before I get to the inside. I got enough other things to worry about in there. Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm just firing to where I was firing from the top of that hill before, just to make sure that I've taken everybody out. And I think maybe in this run there might be a brute that I missed. Not sure. Okay. Alright, then we're going to come over here. We've got 3 sniper towers that we have to deal with. There's one of them. Okay, got the sniper. You hear the click? That means I got the sniper in there, the jackal. There's a second one right there. Alright, the third one's a little hard to fire to. And what I'm doing here is I'm kind of looking around, just make sure that I got all those guys before. Yep, and there's the brute that I missed. And there he goes. Okay, I'm switching over and I'm going to, whoops, I didn't even bother. Okay, sometimes I'll throw a grenade down there and try to freeze them. That's what the dynamo grenade is really good for. Okay, I believe I got that brute who had been hiding behind a container. But the dynamo grenades are not as powerful as the others, but what they will do is freeze a bad guy to give you a chance to fire on him. That's a real benefit, and I use them when I have, especially with bandana on, which gives you unlimited grenades as well as ammo and other stuff. Uh-oh, there is another one up there. I heard the rocket go and I just jumped out of the way. So now I got to get back over and find out where that one came from. Let's get back over here. Okay, let's get back up on the platform. And I have no idea where that brute is. They are really dangerous on LASO, thanks to the thunderstorm. Again, because they're upgraded weapons, and the brutes, there he is, primarily have rocket launchers. Alright, there's a couple of brutes back there, and a couple of grunts. And now I'm firing at that last sniper tower. Like I said, this one's tough. And there's a grunt firing at me. Where you at there, dude? I can hear a jackal, but I don't see the grunt. So he's not firing from behind me. As it turns out, he's firing from across the far side, which I find out a little bit later. Alright, back to what I was doing here. Well, I guess I thought I got the... no, I did not get the jackal sniper before. Well, I'm blasting that tower away, that's for sure, so I might have to take this guy out from close up if I didn't get him. So now I got to find out. There's a jackal that was squawking. Okay, now I can hear the... oh, there he is. Now I can see the grunt. That's why I like to take these guys out from distance, because they have a bad tendency to surprise you at the worst possible moment. Alright, I do not see the sniper in the tower. Just throw a tank around in there just to make sure. Okay. Alright, so I got one or two grunts down here. So freeze him. Dodge that grenade. Okay. Alright, so that's taken care of. Now there's another Spartan core right there. And I got some troops that I want to free, because they are a distraction of what's to come, for what's to come. Alright, so I'm not sure how my shields stand. There will be one more jackal. Well, I guess I thought my shields were okay. That might have been an earlier run where I went after that jackal to get my shields back. That's what happens when you get old. You forgot what you did yesterday. Okay, the door I'm looking at right now is going to open up, and I need to get to that switch there, and the lockdown. Okay, there's going to be, now there used to be three brutes in here, and I'm not really sure why. I think there's now two. This area has gotten a little bit easier to deal with. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is throw dynamo grenade up there to freeze them, and use a little splash damage on my tank gun to get rid of the other one. Well, I guess there were three. I must have gotten the first one when I first fired into the open door. Okay, skip the cutscene and haul it out of here. We're going to have three berserker brutes right where my marine buddy is. I think he just got squashed. So I throw three grenades there to freeze them momentarily, and then come up here on the top of this platform. And see if I can take them out. Now see, they're going after the Marines, and that's why it's a good idea that, boom, he's gone. It's a good idea to free them up. I mean, okay, there's one left. And he's going after my Marine buddy, and that takes care of him. So that's why I freed up those guys. Primary reason is so the brutes will go after them, and then I can take the brutes out. Okay, so now I got two brutes and a brute captain, or brute officer, to deal with. Oh, I missed him. Alright, let's see if I can freeze him again. Oh, watch for the spike grenade. Those things have they blast out in all different directions like that. Okay, I think I got all three. Good. Now I can open up the elevator again, the lift, if you will. And instead of duking it out with the reinforcements, I'm just going to come over here and hide. And if I got any Marine buddies left, they'll come over there with me. I'll get a sign here when the lift is open. It looks like my poor buddies didn't make it. Okay, lift is up, operational.
Let's go. The gravity lift.
All right, let's haul it over here and up, and hopefully not take too much fire. All right, first thing is run over here and hide momentarily, because sometimes they'll throw something up. They might throw a fusion core like that. They might throw a grenade. Sometimes one of them will come up the lift. So it's a good idea to come over there and wait them out just momentarily. Okay, yeah, there's a threat sensor. Even though I actually had that capability already. I just didn't have a need to really use it. Yes. At this point, no. When we get to the conservatory, I use it a bit.
Sensor logs suggest he was alive when the armor was removed. Forcibly. It's a long shot, but he might still be alive.
Alright, now I got my sword out so I can throw a grenade. By the way, you cannot throw grenades, you cannot melee with the tank gun equipped. Oh shoot, missed him. Boom! He took himself out. Okay, now we'll equip the threat sensor. Or the threat detector, which I like to say because it's easier to say. And work our way up to the top to get to our poor Spartan buddy. The check lock is got
What you would expect
set up.
for an elite who specializes in torture.
Yeah, check lock is torturing our Spartan buddy here. Whoa! I think that was splash damage that did that. I hadn't seen that before. And he's stuck there in the ceiling. You see him. Boy, I don't like those disruptors. They are nasty. In fact, if at one point they will drop your shields totally, and if you melee to get them back while that is ongoing, you will not get your shields back. Which I think is, well, that's just not right. Not quite getting there with my, I can see, there we go, got him that time. Ow, these containers in the bad places. Alright, got him. Okay, this next level is kind of tricky. This is, the level after this will be at the top and inside facing check lock. Now I'm hanging back here because off to my right are 3 brutes, 2 of which can fire rockets at me if I'm just standing out in the open. So I'm being a little bit careful here. And I'm waiting to see how many of these grunts will make an appearance. Alright, looks like they're going to hang back. Alright, so the first guy is right there, and sounds like one of the grunts down the way decided to poke his head out. Let's see if I can see him up there. Nope, he's still hiding around the corner. But he was close enough. Now, brute number 2 is firing rockets at me, so I gotta be real careful. Wait till he calms down there. That was, did I get him? Yeah, I got him. I didn't want to go rushing because I was going right over that spike grenade, and that's a no-no. That would have taken me out. Alright, let's see where group number 3 is. Oh, he's right there. Oh, can I get there? Yes, there we go. Alright, he's toast. Now we got to deal with an elite and, oh shoot, an elite and several grunts before we get to Chap Block. And then sometimes the elite will come out and fight, and sometimes just stand back and hide. Okay, so I got to run up here real quick, throw a tank round at him, and run back real quick. Get him mad. Okay, got him that time. I think that was splash damage. You see him go flying to the left. Now I got to see how many grunts we got left. So I want to save one. I want full shields when I meet the boss. And thank you, Grunt, for making that easier. Okay, so there's one grunt left. I'm switching back over to my grappler, back over to my sword, and I'm going to swing around here as quick as I can. Come up behind the grunt. Okay, he's looking the other way. I froze him with the dynamo grenade and took him out. Got my shields back. Okay, now we get to fight the boss. I'm going to keep my threat sensor or threat detector or sensor, whatever. My threat detector. I like that. Okay, so my threat detector, and notice I'm standing a little bit back from that door. When I was doing this on the inside build, I was getting too close to the door and I could never open it. Okay.
The wall's retracted. Watch your back.
Alright, keep firing that threat detector to see where he's at. And once he comes clear, fire at him. Like so, that will keep him back. Use the center pillar here as cover. And there he is. Oh, he made a big lunge. You gotta be careful about them big lunges. So, okay, he's kind of standing still there. Okay, he should be moving now. Yep. I'm getting close. And that's it. As soon as I select the console over here, that'll be the end of the mission. We're not going to see the cutscene. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps you in your quest for LASO on recovery. This is Old Anaki signing off. Take care, everybody.